to what Jay-Z's been doing as compared to what Puff's been doing. Because if you think that Puffy was bad, maybe you need a little bit of a wake-up call as to what Jay-Z had been doing, which is what? Child abuse, maybe even trafficking. We have a bunch of these artists that made it to fame by signing with Jay-Z.
As the Diddy situation escalates, new information keeps coming out every minute about the things we never knew. Friends are snitching on each other to secure their safety from the feds. It's getting messier by the second. Most people thought Diddy would take his L and find a way to get out of the muddy waters as he has always done. But it seems to be a tougher situation this time. He's not able to cut corners, and he's going to take everyone else down with him. But the situation is tricky right now because rumors are circulating that Jay-Z led the feds to Diddy's homes. Yeah, that's a wild one. But the explanation of this theory might have you thinking it's true too. It's a game, and everyone is basically looking out for themselves. No one wants to get caught up in an entangled position for a long time. Well, Jay-Z is playing the lead role of looking out for himself right now. Let's break that down. Remember the feds raiding Diddy's homes unexpectedly? That was shocking for Diddy, his family, and even the public. No one ever saw that coming. A whole Sean Combs getting his homes raided?
Before this raid, these raids on his homes in Los Angeles and Miami that happened last Monday, from what we're hearing and seeing on social media, all the social media platforms, people seem to be coming out of the woodwork. Now, up until pre-Monday, the raids, he had 5 civil lawsuits.
Nah, that was insane. The public had a field day, as everyone had different opinions about what could be happening behind the curtains that must have led to the raid. Well, Homeland Security burst into everyone's minds, as they claimed it was an investigation in connection with Diddy's alleged involvement in human trafficking. Yeah, the public got more outraged as people started calling Diddy names and bringing up his past alleged involvement in several crimes.
It's not looking that great. Right now, I know that he has higher-powered attorneys, and with all these allegations that are coming out against him and against other people, a lot of people are starting to be very nervous about what's going on.
Anyway, Diddy's lawyer released a statement to save the face of his client. The statement read, "Mr. Combs was never detained, but spoke to and cooperated with the authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way. There has been no finding of criminal or civil liability with any of these allegations. Mr. Combs is innocent and will continue to fight every single day to clear his name." Fight every single time? It's like Diddy turned into a soldier, and the public didn't know about it because those are the only people who have to fight every single time. Anyway, he does need to fight every single time to clear his name for real, because he's always involved in one crime or the other. We will come back to that later. But before we do, let's unravel Diddy's home raids further. The rumor about Jay-Z setting a trap for Diddy's homes to be raided seems plausible, because checking the track records of Jay-Z and his supposed close friends from the past shows the same result. Jay-Z is always ready to take a dip and leave his friends high and dry whenever the going gets tough. Y'all remember the sweet and loving friendship Jay-Z had with R. Kelly from the late 90s to the early 2000s? Well, that went to shit pretty quickly when R. Kelly started having legal troubles. Jay-Z distanced himself so much from the R&B singer that some people would even doubt that they ever knew each other or collaborated on projects. It was that bad. Jay-Z is about to do the same thing to Diddy. But will he be able to successfully try the same tactics on Diddy? Diddy may be a loudmouth, but he definitely has the secrets to bring Jay-Z to his knees in a split second. You're wondering, what secrets? Let's just say they have been in on a couple of shady deals together for a long time. Let's dig into that. Jay-Z and Diddy have been in the game far too long. Both have been hooked on the rap scene since they were teenagers, but they weren't popping as they wanted. The rappers that had the public in a chokehold back then were Tupac and Biggie, leading to the infamous East Coast and West Coast beef. While Tupac belonged to the West Coast side under Suge Knight's Death Row Records, Biggie was on the East Coast side under Diddy's Bad Boy Records. So here's the tea. Diddy and Jay-Z had a closer relationship with Biggie, but their rap game wasn't as bright as Tupac and Biggie's. All of a sudden, the East Coast and West Coast beef that was limited to throwing shades at one another on tracks and snatching each other's girlfriends soon got ugly, and people started dying, and some ended up behind bars. Tupac was the first one to get hit in a drive-by shooting, which led to his death in 1996. Biggie also got murdered in a drive-by shooting the following year. That's suspicious, right? Not yet. Shortly after these two were taken out of the game, Diddy and Jay-Z's careers elevated to greater heights, and they became part of the new rappers the public was willing to pay to listen to. Anyway, these two allegedly having a hand in Tupac and Biggie's deaths were mere speculations back then, because there wasn't much evidence to back it up. That changed after a while. We aren't about to forget Keefe D confidently telling the police that Diddy gave him money to take Tupac out. And even though he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger, he and his gang planned the murder. So there's the question of why Biggie also had to face the same fate as Tupac, since he was good friends with Diddy and Jay-Z. Let's just say he was a great competition too, and those best friends weren't having that. So Biggie also had to go.
Puffy has been making money off of Biggie's name for longer than Biggie was alive. People keep forgetting he hadn't turned 25 yet. He was still 24 when he died.
Okay, here it gets rough around the edges. Diddy and Jay-Z eliminated their biggest rivalry, but Jay was still lacking a bit, and another person had to be eliminated. That person was Big L. Jaguar Wright has always pushed the narrative that Diddy and Jay-Z are two of the most dangerous celebrities ever. Jaguar Wright, who used to have a good relationship with Jay-Z and Big L back in the day, confirmed that Jay-Z had something to do with Big L's death. We know there have been several times the news tried to claim Jaguar is mentally unstable, but isn't that what they say about people spilling celebrities' dirty secrets? Well, yeah. Back to Diddy and Jay-Z. So why would Jay-Z want to oust Diddy when they have been through the storms together? It seems Jay-Z is tired of Diddy keeping his secrets, and he prefers to turn the feds his way rather than allow Diddy to keep holding it over his head. But it doesn't make any sense for Jay-Z to do that when Diddy can expose him, right? Well, Suge Knight made that easy for everyone. Suge Knight dropped his 2 cents on the situation from his prison cell. Suge hints that Diddy got burnt that way by some powerful people, and he has to be more careful.
Here is Suge Knight from prison talking about Diddy.
I tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger. Because you know the secrets, who's involved in that little secret room you guys participating in.
Yeah, Diddy is known to have connections with some powerful people. One of the reasons he had always been able to get away with a lot of things from the past. But it seems Diddy may have disrespected or threatened them. So they are taking off their protection from Diddy and even directing the feds to his homes. Diddy is in for a real fight this time around because he's not just fighting with regular people. There are claims that the raids were done to gather the evidence Diddy had on those powerful people. So now that he won't have anything to use to control the disaster coming his way, it's going to be a long and hard battle for Diddy. Going back to Diddy having to fight every single time to clear up his name, Diddy has been able to hide under the covers for a long time, but Cassie ruined his chances of doing that forever. In November 2023, Cassie filed an unexpected lawsuit against Diddy for sexual assault, domestic violence, forceful handling of possession, and other things. Diddy knew he was going down the moment the lawsuit went public, so Diddy and his lawyers opted to settle out of court within a day. Unfortunately, it was too late. Cassie's lawsuit was the key needed to open the door for other people who had also been Diddy's victims over the years. 3 other women followed suit and sued Diddy for several misconducts. He hasn't been the same since the lawsuits came raining down on him. It got worse in 2024 when Rodney Jones, popularly known as Lil Rod, tweaked the lawsuit pattern and took it up a notch with his lawsuit. Lil Rod handed Diddy's ass to him as he exposed Diddy for several stuff, ranging from sexual harassment to drug distribution, mishandling of sex workers, possession of firearms, and trafficking of underage girls. It was a whole lot that was included in Lil Rod's 73-page lawsuit. The part that got people talking the most was Diddy's sexuality and close relationship with young children. Lil Rod hinted in the court document about Diddy's sexual relationship with a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj and an R&B singer who recently concluded his Las Vegas residency. Everyone knew Lil Rod was talking about Meek Mill and Usher because it was pretty obvious. Talking about close relationships with young children, Diddy is known to cherish playing the role of a mentor to young artists in the industry. Usher and Justin Bieber are a perfect example of Diddy's suspicious relationship with younger artists. Usher had to be under Diddy's watch as a teenager for about a year before he released his first album. It wasn't a big deal until Usher revealed during an interview with Howard Stern the things he had witnessed during that time he had to live with Diddy. Diddy wasn't setting up bouncing castles or buying Usher candies as he should have done to a regular teenager. Instead, Diddy made Usher witness wild things that weren't appropriate for his age at the time. Usher wasn't the only one on Diddy's list. Justin Bieber also emerged as an artist at a very young age, and Diddy still swooped in as his mentor. Diddy once said on camera that he and Justin would be in an undisclosed location for 48 hours and be doing what a 15-year-old would like. But really? It didn't seem like what happened behind the camera was a 15-year-old boy's dream, because Justin started to distance himself from Diddy a few years later, after he started coming of age. Diddy must have scarred the young Justin in a way he possibly never imagined, and can't even tell the public. Anyway, another detail on Lil Rod's lawsuit was the part where he mentioned Diddy's consistent bragging about shooting people and getting away with it. Lil Rod referred to the 1999 nightclub shooting incident, saying Diddy bragged about it a lot. Yeah, we know another person took the fall for Diddy, and that person was Shine. Shine did a 10-year sentence and got paid off. Diddy wasn't about to have any loose ends, so Shine wouldn't be stepping foot in the United States for a very long time. However, Diddy's days of getting away from his alleged atrocities may be over. The feds won't stop aiming at Diddy until he's neutralized. So whether Diddy will end up behind bars or strike a deal with the authorities, either way, he's going down for real this time. It's just a matter of time before everything blows up. So, do you think Jay-Z may have genuinely set up his best friend Diddy? Or do you believe Suge Knight is right about the powerful people looking for ways to take Diddy out of the game? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on celebrity news updates.